divide the property. Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
Welcome to Deluxe Restaurant and Gaming Lounge for the finest in local cuisine, bursting with flavor, made just the way you like it. Unwind at the bar or level up in our top-notch gaming lounge. We've got your whole evening covered, all at the price that won't break the bank. Ready for deluxe experience? Visit us at 1A Caledonia Avenue, Kingston, or call us at 876-960-7600. Deluxe Restaurant and Gaming Lounge. Deluxe service at its finest.
It's Monday, December 23, 2024. Welcome to CVM News at noon. I'm Ronaldo Adams. A 6.1 magnitude earthquake rocked parts of Jamaica early Monday morning at approximately 1 o'clock a.m. The earthquake unit reports that the epicenter was located approximately 165 kilometers north of Ocho Rios, St. Anne. There have been no reports of damage in Jamaica. However, countries including the Bahamas, Haiti, outlying islands in the United States, and Cuba were also impacted. The incident will form part of our live interview later in the newscast. Westmoreland police are investigating the murder of 57-year-old Dr. Ong Neng, a general practitioner found with his throat slashed at his Savlamar home on Sunday. Dr. Neng, who lived alone, had not been seen for several days, prompting concerned neighbors to alert the police. Originally from Myanmar, he moved to Jamaica in 1997, beginning his career at Kingston Public Hospital before working at the Savlamar Hospital and Noel Holmes Hospital in Hanover. The St. Andrews South Police have charged Rajay McCreath, 23, and Raymond Mighty, 18, with 2 counts of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition following the November 22 double murder of Huber Duncan, 25, and Ryan Webb, 44, in Happy Grove, St. Andrew. Reports indicate the victims were playing dominoes when 2 armed men opened fire, fatally wounding them. Police responded, and the men were later pronounced dead at the hospital. McCreath and Mighty were identified during a December 20 identification parade and subsequently charged. After a period of calm in the East Kingston area earlier this year, Member of Parliament for the constituency, Philip Paulwell, says tensions have increased once again.
Well, we were going very well this year with our level of murders trending down, and it is still down over last year. But in the last few months, we've had some vicious murders in our constituency across the length and breadth, especially in the Rockford community. And today, as you would have heard, I have a call upon the elderly to assist us, because these violent youngsters are from home. They have mothers, they have fathers, they have sisters, they have brothers. And I tell you, as much as the police are working, and I want to commend the police for the tremendous work that they do, it is the families who will have to say, time come, time for change.
Meanwhile, the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Shop with a Cop initiative got underway in Maypen, bringing holiday to local children and families. Now in its third year, the event allows kids and their parents the chance to shop for toys and gifts alongside members of the police force, fostering positive community relationships.
The Maypen leg of the initiative saw police officers team up with children to pick out holiday gifts, offering a unique opportunity for bonding and engagement. The event aims to break down barriers between the police and the public, especially the younger generation. This year, Deputy Superintendent of Police Anton Ger Cardoza led the team.
So Shop for the Cop initiative is an initiative that we adopted from our counterparts in the St. Catherine South Division as well as those in St. Elizabeth. This initiative is where we seek to engage our youngsters within our division who we think are deserving of this kind of initiative.
As part of the event, children were treated to a shopping spree where they picked out toys, clothes, and other gifts, all with the help of the officers. The police officers engaged with the children, offering advice and making the day memorable for everyone involved.
This initiative is really where we seek to take them out for a day of shopping. And we have an allotted sum of funds that we utilize to afford them the opportunity that maybe they would not have otherwise been able to afford, just to give them a day of happiness.
The initiative was a big hit in Maypen, with both parents and children expressing their gratitude for the opportunity to interact with the police in such a positive and festive environment.
This experience is the first I've ever been out shopping with a cop, including my daughter, so I know she's excited and she's yet to see all of what is to come.
One of the shoppers expressed how special it was for her to be chosen for the event, especially given the different circumstances she's been facing. Her home was destroyed in a recent fire, and this holiday shopping experience brought some much-needed joy and relief to her family.
Experience has been a great one for me and my daughter, especially because we have been through a fire recently. Our house just burned down, so when she got picked for the shopping with a cop? Yes, it was very grateful for us at a time like this, because honestly, I don't know how we would manage this and whatever experience we have recently with the fire.
The police are hopeful that initiatives like these will continue to foster trust and cooperation in communities across the island, ensuring a safer and a more united future for all. Raheem White for CVM News.
It's often common for more locals to turn to entrepreneurship at Christmas time. However, some are offering fake brands that could be to the customer's detriment. Speaking on Sunrise today, attorney Ewan Simpson says this can have legal implications.
It's not a contractual issue. I mean, a gift is a gift, yes. But it's an IP issue. And the store is now able to say, listen, I need to protect my brand.
Right.
Because other persons may well be out there wearing other such sandals that left them a road too.
Right.
And then suddenly my brand is now diminished.
Right.
Because there are people who are thinking, oh, them drop off a ship.
Right,
the thing now work as well as it used to.
Right.
And so there, if they can identify where that knockoff was bought, they can have civil action against that outlet or that distributor or that manufacturer. Or they can also have criminal sanctions brought against them. Yes, the IP thing is a serious thing.
He is urging customers and merchants alike to be vigilant when purchasing their items.
There is a division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force within the Organized Crime Division where they have an IP unit. And that IP unit has serious responsibility for ensuring criminal sanctions, criminal action. In fact, at the end of some of those activities, the knockoffs are destroyed.
Oh.
So you will hear from time to time that there are raids that take place.
Yeah.
And people wonder why. I'm gonna try eat a food.
Right.
But the fact is, small things become big things.
Yes.
And some of those big brands were small brands, and they had to protect their intellectual property,
Right.
not just for themselves, but also for the customer. The customer must know what in fact they are getting,
Correct.
what is authentic, what is real.
Yes.
If in fact my friend who got this gift was not duped, my friend would know the quality that they are receiving. Good. And also my friend would have had some recourse, given that there was some fault, because these big brands protect themselves well, and some of these products come with even birth certificates.
Yes,
Right.
A warranty.
Correct.
And such the like.
Correct.
Yes.
So it is important for quality control, and for the protection of the customer and the value of the brand.
It's time for a quick break. More news when we return.
Of your property? Take action to secure your property ownership. Get a registered certificate of title and become the legal owner of your property. To register your property and obtain a certificate of title, you will need to provide a tax registration number (TRN), a valid government issued identification, a survey diagram, documentation to prove ownership, up-to-date property tax certificate, the names, addresses, and occupations of 2 neighbors over the age of 50 who are not family members and can give a declaration on your behalf, proof that you have been in open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of the property for 12 years or more. For further information on registering your property and obtaining a certificate of title, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us at WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Your feet deserve to be pampered. For over 50 years, Sammy's Shoe Store has flown the flag as Jamaica's #1 shoe retailer, bringing style and comfort to your entire family. Run, don't walk, to Boulevard Supercenter, 66 King Street, downtown Kingston, 10 Cumberland Road, Spanish Town, Sovereign Village, Portmore, or Premier Plaza Halfway Tree to get yours. Snacks, school bags, socks, and belts at unbeatable prices. Sammy's Shoe Store, where comfort meets style meets quality.
Are you a civil servant or government pensioner? The Jamaica Civil Service Mutual Thrift Society Limited is a financial institution that offers savings and loans to fulfill all your financial needs. Open an account with
as little as $1,000.
All our products and services are available online. Contact the Thrift Society at 10 Caledonia Avenue, Crossroads. Visit jcsmts.com.jm. Call 876-926-5634-5 or WhatsApp 876-815-1952.
Keep your career options open for local and overseas job opportunities in the booming hospitality and tourism industry with City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certification at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon in a career of high demand for workers globally, and get certified in housekeeping, food preparation, waitering, travel, tourism, and hospitality, bartending and mixology, customer service, call center, cake baking and decorating, airline ticketing. No subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get an additional course for free. Call Distinction College at 876-356-4167 or 354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios online.
Welcome back. Since the start of 2024, Jamaica has experienced nearly 300 earthquakes. The most recent, a powerful 6.1 magnitude quake, which struck at 1 o'clock this morning. Its epicenter was approximately 165 kilometers north of Ocho Rios in St. Anne, with a focal depth of 10 kilometers. Reports indicate that the tremor was felt across multiple parishes. To help us understand the science behind these events and how prepared we are as a nation, we're joined by Dr. Kevin Tanku, the head of the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies. Dr. Tanku, welcome.
Hi, good day, welcome.
How are you? How are you doing, sir?
We are okay over here, yes. We continue to monitor for aftershocks on our side at the unit.
Excellent. Dr. Tanku, let's begin with Would you be able to provide us with more details about the 6.1 magnitude earthquake that occurred sometime this morning?
Right, so we would have recorded an event around 1 a.m. this morning. Our initial magnitude has it as at around 6.1, magnitude 6.1. And following that, there have been, significant seismic activity or aftershocks, which is expected. That's normal after these large earthquakes.
Have you observed any specific patterns or trends in the recent earthquake activities?
Well, there's no real trend that you can infer from such seismicity. Where the earthquake actually located is on a pretty active area known as the Orient Fault Zone. This is just south of Cuba's coastline, the southern coastline. So most of the events, most of the shaking itself would have been felt on the southern coastline or the southwestern section of Cuba.
Okay. How are areas of high seismic risk identified and categorized in Jamaica?
So in terms of the seismicity, so we look at the number of events that you might have as well as some of the information on the geology, such as the faults and the interaction between the different faults. So in this case, this earthquake would have occurred out of our region, out of our local zone, into our near region tectonic zone. This places it in areas similar to like events that may occur in Haiti within our near region, where we experience significant seismicity throughout the year. So this is not something that is irregular. However, you've had several stronger events that may have occurred this year, particularly along that fault. So it is quite interesting to see the increasing activity that we would say on the Orient, or at least what we would deem as recorded seismicity along the Orient fracture zone. But there's no real inference that you can make in terms of, if it's going to lead to something bigger or if this is the end of that phase of seismicity itself.
Understood. You touched on Cuba earlier, but how does Jamaica's earthquake activity compare to other countries in the Caribbean region?
Well, we're located in one of the more active zones, which is why we have quite a significant record of these earthquakes here. So compared to the Eastern Caribbean, we tend to experience, greater seismicity, particularly in the smaller earthquakes. And our earthquakes, we feel, generally we may be looking at up to 20 earthquakes that can be reported as felt for the year. So this is a bit different from what might be in the Eastern Caribbean, for example, which most of their earthquakes, based on their tectonic zone itself, may occur at greater depths. So as a result of that, you tend to not feel as much of them in the Eastern Caribbean. So the Northern Caribbean, particularly in our zone, we tend to record significant activity compared to other areas.
Understood. Now, are there any ongoing research projects aimed at improving earthquake prediction and mitigation strategies?
Well, that's sort of a global push right now in terms of looking at exactly what sort of evidence there are with the existing data, particularly as it relates to faults that we can infer, probably potential disruptions in the future. So historically, it's been something that we look at in the context of return periods, similar to floods and similar to other natural hazards. These events tend to be cyclic. So you may have events that reoccur once in 500 years, events that reoccur in 50 years and 1 in 100 years. So based on this, that's why for quite some time, for some decades now, it's been said that Jamaica is long overdue for an earthquake. And this is not just an inference based on the seismicity, but it's historical record where we have seen this type of activity in the past, and it's likely to repeat itself in the future. As to pinpoint a specific date and time, that's where we would say that the science is not there yet with that, but we are on our way to understanding better, particularly in Jamaica, our tectonic zones, the interaction of the different faults, and the mechanisms that drive some of this tectonic activity.
Okay, Dr. Tanku, we'll close with this question. How can we as citizens assist in earthquake data collection and reporting?
Right. So with data collection itself, we urge citizens to report any damage. You can do this either through your disaster coordinator for the parish at the parish level, to them or directly to us. We normally also circulate a felt earthquake form, and this form is very important in us understanding intensity as it go across, or at least perceived intensity across the island. This is definitely something that's helpful. So once you see that that's circulating, or you go to our website, the felt event form, please fill it out. It helps us in the long run in terms of how we actually understand intensity and variations in ground shaking across the island.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Tanku, and I do hope that you stay safe.
Okay, thank you very much.
And all right, sir. That was Dr. Kevin Tanku, the head of the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies. International news now. German authorities are facing scrutiny over security measures after a suspect used an emergency access lane to drive into Magdeburg's Christmas market, killing 5 and injuring over 200 people. More from the